guys, today I'm filming a unpopular opinions video. If you're new, subscribe, like this video, comment. Check out my other videos, make sure you like and comment them as well. Follow me on my Instagram, check out my Etsy shop, link down below. First, what I'm going to show you is these candies that I'm going to be showing on the screen are very gross. When I was a kid, they used to always be in those piñatas, and they would always have them in the little goodie bags, and I tried them and I never liked them. They're just really gross. People overhype them sometimes. Don't know why. I haven't ate unpopular opinions, but it's more like confused about something. I'm confused about. It's a question. The disabilities that represent people with disabilities, they cancel them very fast, and people always talk about how we should show more representation with people of all sorts of disabilities, and you know, they run for like 1 season or 2 seasons and then they're canceled after a year. And I never understood that, because I genuinely love watching shows that have to do with people with disabilities, because I like learning about that stuff, you know what I mean? But I noticed that they get canceled really fast, and I just feel like it's kind of concerning. I don't know if it's because of low ratings. I just feel like those were like one of the best shows that I would watch. It's like people with disabilities and stuff like that, because it's informative and it shows you that, like, you know, as people can be really close-minded about stuff like that. People really need to like open their eyes. But the shows I used to really like that had people that had disabilities in it was like Born This Way. I watched it for like 3 or 4 years, and it ran for like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and you used to be able to watch it on Hulu, but I think they took it off completely like a couple months ago. And I used to binge watch it because it was like nice, but they would slowly take off the seasons, so it would just be at a weird number. So Born This Way was basically about people with Down syndrome, you know, defeating all odds, showing them around what it's like, and basically show people that people with disabilities can lead a normal life like everyone else, and not have to be like cooped up and not feel like they can't do anything because of their disability. The shows that I watched that have to do with that show that, but they don't make any more seasons for some reason. Like Speechless was a really good show. They had 2 seasons and they're canceled. Atypical, they have 3 seasons and they're gonna do 1 more season and then they're gonna cancel it completely. The one that I watched was Love on the Spectrum, and I did talk about it in one video, but I don't know if they're gonna make it like a thing, because like I said, like, you know, it's a really good show, because like Love on the Spectrum on Netflix is basically a show that shows people that are on the spectrum going out, going on dates, and seeing what it's like, and they really show the realistic side of it. I think a lot of people already know this. The natural hair community is also kind of dead right now. Like, no one really makes natural hair community videos, natural hair videos anymore, which is totally fine. But like, I feel like they make you do kind of dumb stuff when it comes to the natural hair community, and plus they're just really harsh when it comes to like people just now going natural and trying to learn how figure out their hair and stuff. They are so mean. They're always like, oh, I wanted some advice, but some of y'all are like really rude, and you don't really have to be rude when it comes to giving people like genuine advice. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just hate, you know, especially with someone that has like 4C hair and they're like don't know what to do with it, and they're actually like looking online and trying to get people's feedback, and people are like rude about it. It makes you feel some type of way. Like 4C hair and just curly hair in general is just really hard to manage a lot of the times. But when it comes to like trends, it kind of is like stupid, because I feel like they make you do dumb things. Like, I remember a couple months ago, onion juice was a trend. Juice was supposed to like make your hair grow down to your butt and overnight, and that's what they said about rice water too. And onion juice doesn't seem like it'd be worth it, but there's so many people making onion juice oil, onion juice videos, TikTok reels, whatever it's called, and I waited to be long thinking that I was gonna do something, and I never tried it. I have tried rice water a few times, but I've already explained that it literally would give me migraines after I would use it, and it was just not worth falling into the hype about, because it's just like, why would I want to do something like that, you know what I mean? Okay, the next one is, I don't feel like bonnets do anything for hair. Bonnets, if you don't know what a bonnet is, this is what a bonnet is. You mostly see people with like curly hair use this because it's supposed to help lock in moisture, it's supposed to help with frizziness, all that stuff. And also you probably see people with silk satin pillowcases, but apparently it's supposed to like do magic. I have two different like bonnets. I mostly use this one because it doesn't fall off my head when I go to the bathroom. When I go to bed, this one doesn't fall off. This actually stays in place. This one falls off of me a lot, and I got this from CVS like in June, and this one is from a gift from my friend like last year, and she bought it for me. And this one is actually, they're both good bonnets, but I just don't feel like they do anything sometimes. Sometimes it keeps it down, but most of the time I feel like when I take it out, it's a whole mess. And I don't know if I need to, like, even when it's in a style, it's a whole mess. Or it's like super scrunched up when I put it in a ponytail like this, and it's so hard to like deal with that, because like when I take it out I want it to be like flawless, but when I take it out it's like scrunched up, it's really shrunken up, and it's frizzy, and sometimes I just don't want to use it. But I've noticed that a couple months ago, like I feel like it doesn't do anything. I've been using bonnets for years now, like 4 years now, and I haven't really noticed like a huge difference in my hair whenever I would use it, but I still use it because I feel weird not using it. And plus I have acne prone skin, and I use a lot of oils in my hair and products in my hair, so I use the bonnets to help with that. And I also have silk scarves, no, satin scarves. I keep getting those mixed up. Like people say silk is better than satin, but I don't really know. So slow and reverb songs hit different because I feel like they make it the songs 10 times better. I used to listen to a lot of chopped songs when I was a kid because my mom would like buy these songs that were chopped, and it would sound really good, and it would be slow, and it sounded cool in my ears. But now I'm into slowed and reverb songs, and like I would just look up a song and they always have like different versions of it, and it sounds really freaking cool in my opinion. And I think a lot of other people are noticing that, but you can just easily find them on SoundCloud or YouTube and listen to it. Even at 2 a.m. it hits different, and sometimes even when it's a happy song, somehow it makes it like a sad song because of how slow it is. Rapper Boz deserves more recognition. I've been listening to Boz lately. Like I realized that he's a really good rapper, and I like 5 songs from him, I believe, like 5 or 6 songs by him, and they all don't have a lot of recognition. Well, they do, one of them does, but like not all of them do, and it sucks. I got into him because I listen to Pandora sometimes when I clean, and he would be playing a lot on this certain radio that I would play. I always play the Isaiah Rashad radio, or the Brockhampton radio, or the Kendrick Lamar radio, one of those. And like he would be playing one of those, and I was like, wow, like he actually is really good. And eventually I'll make a updated like music playlist, and you'll notice that I have a few songs in there by him. But he's really good. Like I like his beats, I like his flow, everything's really good. You know, he might be my new favorite rapper, I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's signed by J. Cole, I'm not really sure. Dress codes are sexist, and everyone should know this because it's very obvious that it's sexist, but people just throw it under the rug a lot. Literally, it's just because women have more body parts. You should know, if you go to school, you shouldn't really be looking at that. I literally have a story time for every little thing I talk about. But like, one time I was at school, in high school, I think I was a junior, I'm not too sure, and like I had a principal that was very weird towards me. She was very obsessed with me, and like I was done my IEP meeting, and it was just my mom and I and some teachers and the principal, because the principal has to be there for some reason, and she was a principal, and like she made this comment that had nothing to do with the IEP meeting. She said, oh, I noticed that the girls are developing here a lot. Like I noticed that they're getting like, you know what I mean, like the camera time to charge, and I even showered while it was charging, so that's why I'm in different attire right now. Basically, like when I heard that comment, I was like extremely uncomfortable, and it's weird because this is probably why like, I don't know, like, I feel like they should do more background checks on teachers. That's another opinion, unpopular opinion. Like, I already know that they already do background checks, but I feel like they need to dig deeper, because I feel like a lot of teachers are, you know, let off the hook, and I feel like people are very, like, lenient when it comes to pedos, and I don't like that. If you're a content creator and feel the need to always be around other followers to gain more followers, then your content is most likely not good. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're by yourself and you don't have a lot of views, and when you're with other people that are popular and stuff, that means probably, like, you need to do something with your content that makes it more enjoyable to watch. When people feel the need they have to be around other people to get more of a following, and it's kind of annoying and also kind of sad, because that means, like, you don't really bring anything to the table. So yeah, I see that a lot. But, you know, people from the internet that you've never met support you more than your real friends. Next is, you don't have to put in your usernames that you have curly hair or light skin or dark skin when you can clearly see that you have those features. Never catch me doing stuff like that. It's just, like, not a vibe for me. Okay, I don't get the hype over Among Us. I feel like I'm the only one that's not feeding into that hype, because every time I feed into hypes, I don't really get that impressed. And the last thing that I freaking fed into hype with was the Curology thing. Among Us memes, I'm not really, like, I don't really get it, you know? I don't know what it's for. When I saw those memes in the beginning, I was, like, asking my mom, like, what are these little characters that everyone keeps posting about? Because I literally didn't understand what was going on, and I kind of didn't care that much to look into it. But, like, everyone's trying to be a character from that for Halloween now, which is, like, a really half-ass Halloween, but it's really inexpensive too. Like, all you need is, like, a mask and a hoodie that's, like, colorful. That's probably, like, that's so easy to do. But the last one is, people need to stop shaming women who don't want to have kids. I feel like, I mean, I used to do this kind of, like, back in the day. I wouldn't shame them, but I would be kind of, like, confused, because society makes it seem like you have to have kids when you're a woman, and it's kind of annoying, because there's a lot of women that don't want to have kids, and there's women that are struggling to have kids, and there's women that have a bunch of kids. Like, you know, there's not every person, every woman you meet is gonna want to have kids. And sometimes I even question it myself, like, do I even really want to have kids? Like, do I really want to have kids in freaking 7-10 years from now? And on top of that, they, like, rush you to have kids because you're on, like, basically a time clock. You know how, like, men can reproduce literally until they die? Well, women, like, have a time frame, and it's so gross that, like, when you're a baby, you have the most eggs in you, and then when you get older, it just starts going away and going away. But when you're born, you have the most eggs. And my mom told me that when I was a kid, and I'm, like, kind of disgusted. I was disgusted by it, because, like, why do you have more eggs as a kid? Why don't you have it when you're in your 30s or 20s? You know, why is it when you're a kid? Like, that's so weird to me. Like, they just really, like, I don't know who thought that was okay, but it's just, like, it's super weird to me. And, like, if you have, like, kids at, like, a certain age that's, like, a little too late, you're already at risk for geriatric pregnancies, and they already, like, fling that word around like crazy. Not only putting yourself at risk, but you're also putting the kid at risk for health problems and possibly a learning disability, possibly Down syndrome, which a lot of people are afraid of having kids with Down syndrome and autism lately. I've noticed that. I'm just like, but right now, like, in this generation, like, a lot of people are diagnosed with autism, but when I was born, people were diagnosed with ADD and ADHD. So I don't know what the next generation is gonna be, but I have ADD and dyslexia, so This is pretty much all for this unpopular opinions video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Probably was, because sometimes I'm a little too thorough. Make sure you like and comment on this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you like my pictures and comment on them. It helps the algorithm. Like and comment on this video helps the algorithm. Share if you want to, that also helps. Check out my Etsy shop, link down below. Also, if you have any video requests, comment them down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.